Well, I'm back. Welcome to this absolute shit post of a channel. I hope everyone's doing good today. And today I'm going to be talking about one of the worst proclaimed scalers of a lifetime, Firewolf Edits. He has 660 subscribers somehow. Oh, even though most of his takes are absolutely garbage. And apparently he's supposed to be the next incoming scaler. Now I'm gonna just make this video really short and say this well. He is not a good scaler. So if we just ignore all of this, we're gonna specifically look at this post right here, which says, here's the proofs that death has multiversal levels of strength. When straight up, you wanna know how long this video has been posted? Hold on. I'm gonna go on the exact video. See, look, the age of the video is right here. 2 whole years ago. The YouTuber here most likely just forgot about the scaling and now scales are not building. Like pretty much everyone, one of the rest of the people who scale him. Now let's get on to, before we talk about this. First off, he got a copyright strike right from YouTube about his video next edit, which actually isn't really a video. It's more of a post. So meh. Also, his takes are genuinely just pretty buns, which isn't really a surprise actually. His takes are actually pretty buns, and he plays as a character known as Firewolf, and Death, and Mega Kaiju. You see exactly what. You see exactly why I don't like scalers like this. And the worst part, he is basically the definition of I know they're right, but I watched the movie, so I automatically know more than you. Not only that, but he basically refuses to take accountability for his actions. In fact, I'm gonna show you the comment I posted that actually got deleted. Basically, this is it. Let me get in my best reading voice. Firewolf of Weiss. Pretty sure everyone who's criticizing you are the same people who've scaled / watched the movie and know that you're just pulling things out of your ass. And now you're whining about how I watched the movie, therefore I know more about scaling than you. Legit, every single edit you've done has been nothing but pure bullshit from the start. So let me just drill this into your thick skull. You're a bad scaler, if I can even call you one. You're a LARPer, mainly because you make up feats that straight up never happen and say it's the truth. And finally, you're delusional and a hypocrite. You think a legit town level wolf that can dice with bullets, it can kill a kaiju? That's millions times. That is millions times. That is a million times heavier and taller than it. Not only, but you flat out lie to your own fans by feeding them this brain slop that you call content. Also, if you delete this comment, this would prove that you can't take a small bit of criticism nor accountability for said actions. And guess what he did? He deleted this comment. Yeah, this actually proves that he cannot take accountability. And the worst part, this is actually not the first time he deleted my comment, even though I'm telling the truth. In fact, hold on. I'm gonna show it to you right now. Another deleted comment. Another deleted comment. Man, basically, yes, I know. Oh, you're just bullying him. Bro, this is the internet. Everyone bullies someone. If you don't flat out bully them, you bully them behind their back. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is that death has already been debunked countless times, and he straight up deleted my comment. Man, now let me just show you a Pacific edit. A Pacific one. Yes, this is a glorified shitpost post that I have. I'm gonna just show you one edit, and it's gonna show you what I mean by glaze. Hold on. Alright, so here's the short. Now this short is made by PG's Zilla Boy Edits. Personally, one of my favorite, but he kinda got bad after he started releasing takes on mainly Zilla. Mostly. I'm gonna just show you. Anywho, after finish watching the edit, do you see anything particularly wrong with said edit? Yes, I do. First off, there's one main problem. All the stats that are supposed to go to Optimus are just straight up going to death. Like combat EXP, speed, speed. I mean, he has his truck form for crying out loud. And like we're talking about main Optimus Prime, he has that jetpack too. So, and then I want y'all to look at Firewolf's comment. Sorry. Look at this. And then he goes on to LARP again. Yeah, he's basically just a LARPer. Bro. He says, W edit, bro. But strength, attack potency, and destructive capability go to death. Beyond the concept of div. And he no divs, in my opinion. Also, you'll see these pair of emojis a lot. And then he says his strength P and DC feats. He destroyed the timeline crystals in the case of lost souls, which weigh in 1 non-million tons, and stored for moments in time. Puts his life, adds life, and the surrounding planets and the universe. Overpower the multiverse solar level wishing star, which is a 3D plane. First off, I want to tell y'all that there is in no light where you should take this math scaling class. Like, if he actually posts a scaling class where he could just teach you in scaling, yeah, don't even waste your time on it, bro. Basically, all I've heard is just pure bull. First off, in no whole universe is the timeline crystal 1 non-million pounds. Or in fact, I should say this 1 non-million tons. Tons. That is physically impossible. And first off, if they were 1 non-million tons, it will be stated by the movie itself. Duh. And plus, all of this is literally just statements. The multi-level wishing star, the multiversal plus level wishing star rant has been going on since the movie basically came out. Pretty sure someone already debunked it. And now, let's get on to a more serious topic because hold up, I'm gonna just show you the post because y'all have to see this. Alright, so now we got on to the post that was posted 13 hours ago. Basically, what he's trying to say is Firewolf versus Zen will be the last Firewolf edit for now. Know how he says for now? You'll need that for later actually. The reason is that I get so many criticism because of my Firewolf scaling, and that it would be ridiculous is to keep making edits with him at the moment. I know some of you love Firewolf, and in my opinion he's a great character too, but I just want to try something new. Yeah, that's a lie, bro. You do not want to try something new. In fact, I'ma give him a week max before he makes another their firewolf edit. And then he says this. Yes. I also have like 500 suggestions or so at the moment. And then I wanted to say, hey, all of you that, of course, I do a few suggestions, but not many for now. Life is very hard for me at the moment. And I have to watch on my mental health too. Hope y'all are doing great, and I'll see you in the next one. You see anything wrong with this? Alright. Let me just say how this part here, specifically the life is very hard part is just straight up bull. First off, if you can't take criticism in the Who's Stronger community, then I'm not saying it's on you, but it's kind of on you. Because sometimes it's kind of understandable. Like, oh, you forgot to give this guy strength. Like, say if it's Hulk versus Optimus Prime, and it's IDW versus comics, and they forgot to give everything to Optimus. Just say simply, hey, Optimus takes every single claim. Hey, good. Meanwhile, this man is making a literal city block at max level threat look like he's a nigh planetary. And you wanna know the worst part? This man's basically arguments for it is just, no, I watched a movie, which means I know more than you. And now, even though I want to believe this kid even more, I just think it's not right, bro. Because one, we don't even know his actual age. He can be like 28 or like 6. Who knows? Actually, the 6 age part isn't really that much of an issue. Also, as y'all know me, I'm actually one of the first persons to actually make up this theory, being that he might be a furry. Safe to say, I'm not lying actually. Because, first off, there's like 3 things wrong with this edit. Because, first off, I want to just show y'all all the 3 core ones. The second in paragraph, the third paragraph, and nearly the 5th paragraph. Because he's basically whining saying, oh, they don't like Firewolf. Well, I wonder who made them not like Firewolf. Buddy, you're the problem. Like, you see, I actually liked Firewolf as a villain too. But ever since I stumbled upon your channel, yeah, my love for Firewolf was going downhill from there, bro. And oh, let me just tell you this, bro. Pretty much every single one of his shorts is pure cap. In fact, I'm gonna show the most cap edit, and it has to be this one. This one, these 2 right here. I'm gonna just show you who takes them. That should say enough. First off, let me just tell you how Beldum is getting straight up slapped around by Pennywise. Pennywise is literally way stronger, faster, more durable, a lot older, and has way more abilities. And you wanna know what this man's main argument is? Like look at this, bro. Like these mans are eating it up like some good stew. Literally, like
W edit plus peak. W plus facts plus 2 edits in 1 day is crazy.
See, yeah, they're basically just eating it up. Like, come on. Look where he scales. He scales a novel Pennywise to a galaxy level and Beldum to boundless. When in truthfulness, that doesn't even count. First off, she made her own dimension. Yeah, And pretty sure if we're just talking about movies, these and the novels, Pennywise would straight up hit him with the a bit. This thing is cold. And then look what he says. He says maybe love emoji. Son is a cuck. Anyway, look what his argument is. In my opinion, the Beldam wins because she's able to create an entire universe or multiverse whenever she likes, and is a weaver from existence, which means she could simply just delete Pennywise from existence. We did not watch the same Coraline. First off, most of the things said here is just straight up not true. Secondly, making an entire universe or multiverse is also just not true. She made a world, not a universe, not a multiverse, just a world. No, specifically only one place. Is being the place where Coraline takes place. That's it. She didn't elaborate further at all. And I just want to tell y'all, didn't she basically nearly got beaten up by a singular cat? Or is that supposed to be a gag? Because Beldam is getting bitch slapped and straight up getting cucked. I'm not even joking. And then this guy actually gives an actual good statement, and look what he says. Yeah, this is how you know this man pulls out of his ass. First off, for this guy, she didn't. If it's novels, sure, I'm pretty sure she made a universe. Movies being high outer, I'm not sure about that, buddy. First off, no. And then this guy she makes a good statement. Like, she does have multiversal levels magic, but she's stuck in planetary. Basically, overall, she's basically just building, basically. Because I'm pretty sure a raptor is absolutely tearing into her. And then he says, all my edits are based on feats. Feats that have never existed in my head. Beats that never existed, bro. And I like how people actually just automatically call him a LARPer. But it's kind of deserved because where in the world did you watch Coraline from, bro? And then we have Death vs. Tai Lung. I feel like Death vs. Tai Lung is like a debatable topic because, one, you can say, oh, Death wins like mid-high diff or extreme diff even. Or it can even go either way, whatever you like. But I want y'all to see this. No. Like, just see this. Just look. You see why no one likes to skill with this guy, bro? First off, refuses to elaborate and gives Death every single physical ability. When one, pretty sure Tai Lung just has way better feats. Like, if we look at the movie, this man basically skills are like maybe large building, actually. Actually, no, large building, but probably like around city block. Technically, I wouldn't say he's automatically city block, but if he's able to tank being thrown into buildings and even destroyed a large building, actually no, that's kind of a small building, with one punch, I don't know about that, bro. First off, Death has never shown a strength feat apart from destroying crystals. Pretty sure Tai Lung can do that exact same output, but and do it with minimal ease. Second, Tai Lung is way faster than Death. Oh, but Death has teleportation. Oh, but Death has teleportation. That's not a speed feat. That's an ability feat. Abilities, people. Abilities. It's like, oh, speed. It seems like he just teleported there. Maybe he did. And plus, if we look at Tai Lung versus Poe for the whole fight, this man was basically chasing him for the whole time. Come on now. Now, this is just Glaze. And if you could even count it, durability, basically every physical stat will go to Tai Lung. But speed will go to Death actually. I'm not saying it wouldn't. I'm just saying that please just watch the movie actually, bro. Like, come on. Are we really gonna end off by just me saying watch movies and don't glaze wolf characters? Or spider ladies? I bet you has a kink for spider ladies. I can't, bro. Like, I'm being so for real. The reason why I say the battle will be close is because they're just saying, but this is Death. He is Death though. Like, bro, back then, 2 whole years ago, 2 to 3 years ago, this man, like, I used to see people say he can be Kratos, Big K, hey, in a fight. That should prove you something. That honestly should prove you something actually. Truly. And then this man is basically stuck in 2023 because we all know that basically after we look at Tai Lung's stats compared to Death's, yeah, he outclasses him in basically most stats actually. Stamina might be one of the only stats where I think Death has it. Death basically getting Death getting agility is more of a debate, but in turn, this should be the opposite way around actually. But Tai Lung's basically getting everything. Well, except for experience and maybe speed. Maybe. But I can't lie, Tai Lung is way more agile. So basically the final verdict, Tai Lung mid-high diffs. The only reason why is because Death can't die. You do realize Tai Lung just has way more combat speed. He's faster. You're pretty sure physically stronger too. Yeah, now let's look at his most popular edit. I'm not gonna look at it. I'm just gonna show you. These two should say a lot. These two, Godzilla, Firewolf, the first two and the first two under it should say all that needs to be said. Then we have Firewolf versus Homelander, and honestly, this is the only debate I see. This is the only debate where I see Firewolf winning, but Homelander just sweeps, bro. The only fight I would see Homelander actually winning. And then he's wondering why he's getting so much criticism. Look at the amount of Firewolf it is. Firewolf is basically his whole motto. Firewolf versus thermonuclear Godzilla. Firewolf versus Tekka. Firewolf versus Kane. Firewolf versus Beldum. Firewolf versus Lockdown. Firewolf versus Homelander. Firewolf versus Tai Lung. You get the point. Hell, I'm gonna squeeze in like 2 more. I'm gonna squeeze in like 4 more just for the hell of it. Okay. Death versus Thanos. Firewolf versus Spot. Death versus Kane. Death versus Gru. And Mega Kaiju versus Titan X. Basically, all these edits you see here are just straight up glaze. Double D, Bonnie Blue, Krispy Kreme levels of glaze. this man and doesn't really even know how to scale either. First off, he says that Firewolf is multiplanetary, which does not exist. It's not even multiplanetary. Like, sure, there is multi-galaxy level and multi-solar system level, so damn.
So, technically, there's a multi-planet level.
There isn't a multi-planet level, just large planet. Move on. Same thing with goes for the star level. Like, as soon as it gets over, then sure you could say multi. Just saying. Also, I want to just tell y'all, how is Firewolf winning up against Tekka, Drag, and especially Kane and Lockdown? Especially those two. Like, first off, Tekka's just stronger Firewolf. Well, Kane is literally a reality warp. Kane is literally a reality warper. And Lockdown, you know, he beat it Optimus Prime in a fair one-on-one. Come on now. And don't even get me remotely started with Thrag versus his Firewolf. Bro, reminder, Show Thrag is indefinitely weaker than his common version. He rips bro in two, who makes him into a campsite and just roasts the marshmallow with the other Viltrumites. That's how easy it is. The only take I can kinda see making some type of sense is Firewolf versus Beldum. This is the only take where I actually thought Firewolf was gonna win, because Beldum is not that strong. How do you get outsmarted by a child? You're pretty sure this girl's like hundreds of years old. How are you getting outsmarted by a child? And like, come on, man. Like, you really saying a weakened Firewolf is beating Titan X? Come on. Oh, in fact, I want y'all to know about by far the only close fight I see here. The only one I see here that is actually a really close fight is Firewolf versus Shen. But take out the weakened part, because weakened Firewolf is getting blitzed by Death. Not Death, Shen. Because technically it's a close fight. Because one, Shen is pretty weak, physically that is, but he makes up for it in combat, agility, weapons, IQ, and battle IQ. Things that Firewolf does not have, by the way. Oh yeah? And I'm not even gonna look at the edit. You can possibly just make your own mind and just think about what he said. It's that bad. But believe me, it is that bad. Anywho, I'm gonna stop talking about this man, and before he gets his boyfriends on me. But until then, thank you. Thank you for watching. Yes, I know it's been like nearly a whole year, or in fact it has been a year. Has been hotel reference, if you get what I'm saying. Anywho. Yeah, just have a good day, bro. I'm gonna make something to eat because it is like 7:20 in the morning and I got actual things to do other than talk about this fraud. Anywho, now, all I have to say is, if you want to harass a person, that's completely on your choice. Completely your choice, bro. But whoever's actually watching my videos, thank you. I'm not saying thank you as thank you for watching this video. I'm saying thank you in general. It's been so long since I posted a video, so yeah. Until next time. Have a good day.